Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream again. Today is going to be pretty much a bit of trading, moving things around, getting the Pokemon in the right place. So we could start moving everything from LeafGreen on the left side to FireRed on the right side. So what we are trying to bring is all the version exclusives. We also are going to do the trade evolutions as well as the unique like fossil Pokemon, as well as some other like Venusaur and some other Pokemons, and maybe I also move around some of the items, right? Um, so I'm gonna start with Fire Red because I want to. I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and maybe catch some Pokemon just to have some extra ones because obviously I'm gonna need. Oops. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need to trade, so I need some Pokemon that are gonna be spare that I'm not gonna even gonna use. So what I'm thinking of doing is maybe fishing for some easier with the all rod, and then come to Palu Town and maybe oh, and I don't um and I think maybe that way we can sorry easy catch rate and um yeah, I think that way we can. Let me speed this up a little. Okay. It is Magikarp. They have a low catch rate, so I should be able to catch him. Huh? There, and there goes the theory. Oh my god. Don't make me have to do. Oh, misclicked. But it's so good. I wanted the level 2s and stuff like that. Uh, with Thunder Wave. And now we do this. Interesting. Doesn't. What is this, guys? The lowest catch rate, I think, of all Pokemon, and he's just playing hard to get. It might be just easy to do this. At level 3. Oh, man, it's not a lucky day today, guys. Alright. Box 5. Another one. Remember when in Pokemon Go you would catch a bunch of Peachy and then evolve them or trade them for experience? I'm hoping as they hit me with tackle, they get paralyzed. Oh my god, come on. There we go. So the idea is to catch a few of these, right? And then send over all the exclusives. There is quite a few, so it's gonna take some time. But that's what we're here to complete this. I think by the end of today, we should be able to at least have the 150. I do have to start a new game and reset for Squirtle. So we could also do that. Alright, we go great. There you go. Should have done this from the beginning. Oh, sorry. Got a little too excited there. Uh, Alright, beautiful. PG, welcome to the team. We don't do nicknames here, so sorry. Maybe that could be a good thing later on. Once I start getting live streams and getting everybody kind of playing with me as I go, give the options on a donation or something to name the Pokemon even though I don't like naming them. I don't know. I think obviously naming them gives people the attachment to them, right? To me, it's easier to know which Pokemon is which, even though I might know the names. But when you're moving, you know, hundreds of Pokemon and stuff like that, I think that do I want to call it a day? Let me catch. I want to fill out a whole box, so technically I should maybe catch until um, they they leave box 5. So we're still in box 5. So oh, that's so close. Come on, PG, we need you. Let's go. Box 5 still. I did not prepare well, so I'm not too sure how many I need to bring over. So, but I did put a lot of exclusives in the same box. So hopefully that helps a little. Um, I will maybe I do it off stream. So fix the boxes in order, you know. But I feel like I want to do that once I have most of the Pokemon. There, Peachy has been caught. Alright, there we go. So now that switch over. Is that a, but that's not a big build to see. Okay. So what we're gonna do is go to Pallet Town. Oh, that was Pallet Town. Go here. There we go. Great. Vermilion. So now so we could move. Okay, there we go. So I got stuff here that I don't want to trade, but I didn't account for. PG Army. I feel like I caught so many more, but this might not be enough. So I'm still debating whether or not I want to do Gen 2 with the virtual consoles, like play Crystal and then play the other games and trade. Um, the thing is on Crystal, to get the Gen 1 Pokemon, because I played Gen 1, let's call them, to get Kanto Pokemon in there, I would have to replay either FireRed, I would have to replay Red, Blue, or I know that what I could also do is play Pokemon Yellow, because they give you the 3 starters, right? You get a Pikachu and then you catch everything else. You might have to restart for the fossils, right? Almost star and on my night, I'm sorry, on Kabuto. So, do I want to play a Gen 1 game again? It's a big question. Alright, so here I have, so I need to send Ekans, Arbok. These are the exclusives to Red that I guess I don't need to send over to, but these 4 for sure need to trade. So, okay. you doing there? You are straight garbage. Alright, there you go. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna store alright. Sorry, no, I'm trying to get. So how could we draw you? I need to withdraw you. Withdraw. I'm a party. Move. We'll move him here with the starters. Nah, I could take you out. And you go with our in-game Pokemon. And the next one. I think what I should have done is, even though I should have put them. Not, I should have marked them complete. Okay, so we have those 4. And then I guess I could put 2 of these guys that we don't care. There we go. Okay, so we're ready over here. I guess now what we can do is, oh, we go to LeafGreen. Same thing, move some Pokemon around. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go. Okay, there we go. 1. And store. Oh, actually, I need Jolteon. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now we should be able to do some trading. If it all works out well. Come on, work. Why are you not working? um, hmm. Let's see. I might have to reset the games and get them working again. So, okay. Let's oh, I know what it is. Sorry guys. I have the games sped up. So maybe that's the reason why it's not working. Yeah, it looks like for some reason I'm gonna reset both games. And see if that's the reason why they're not. This is interesting, guys. This was working just a minute ago before I came to the um okay. So let's do something. Let me close this and then open up a new one. And what we are gonna do is then we're gonna do this, and then now there you go. So that should be why. Let me see, guys. I'm struggling with here. Just a second. It looks like for some reason it's hmm. All right, there we go. Let's see. Let's see if this works. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties, right? This is what happens when we do things live. And you know the funny thing is, right before this, it was working. And now it doesn't seem to. Like it wants to work. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty guys, so what we're gonna do is, let's close this one here. I'm going to reset here. And then we're gonna, okay. Ah, I dropped the controller. Give me a second guys. There you go. So now, all we have to do here is change this to, or I know right now it's showing both screens the leaf green. I'm just trying to get them to connect. That might be something I'm doing off here, but we'll see. Once I get the A, both players place A. Okay. Not a problem. So what we do is we hit cancel. And we close this one, and then reopen. No. Recent. Let's open LeafGreen. And then this. And we open our FireRed copy. Okay. Looks like it hasn't picked up the save file for FireRed. So we do that. While FireRed loads. There we go. And we made it work. First try. Alright, do they automatically walk to their seats? Nope. So we go here. And you can go here. There we go. This is how we're gonna start our first trade. So send through trade. Yes. Yes, we're good. And with this, guys, we welcome. Well, let me not get ahead. Let the animation go through. Uh, so there we go. Let's go. Hunter is evolving to my favorite Pokemon of all times. You know, I feel like Gengar just has a good Mega, has a good what's the big new generation version, whatever it is called, that giant version where it's like a mouth and it's got a good shiny on when it's white. And with that said, guys, we can go and say that Gengar, welcome to the team as number 140. Next trade will be Sandlash and Graveler. The funny thing is I had to trade everything back to FireRed, but that's okay. I mean, I go deposit everything now, get the PG and all that stuff, get these four guys back, yeah. Alright, there we go. And Graveler is evolving, which is great. And now we can say as 142, Golem, welcome to the team. So we can go to a little tracker here and mark Golem. Thank you very much. There we go. Mm-hmm. All right. Bull picks trade for a joke. This trade is definitely okay. So we're gonna do that. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. You know, when I was a kid, I never got a chance to play with somebody else and trade, so and I didn't have two Game Boys to be able to trade with myself. So a lot of these evolutions I didn't even get to see when I was a kid. I remember Gengar being my favorite Pokemon, and I couldn't have him because I didn't know how to trade. So the only way that I was able to get one, I think it was using like action replay or like cheats to be able to like. And it's one of the games where like I think they give you a hunter, but it has an Everstone, so it doesn't evolve on the trade, which is kind of sad. All right, and with this, my champ, welcome to the team as number 145. One more trade evolution, and then we start handling the version exclusives, guys. So pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna trade Ninetales, and we're gonna trade it for a Kadabra. Thank you. Awesome. There we go. Ninetales. And Kadabra's evolving. What is he evolving to? I like a Sum, which was overpowered by a lot in Gen 1. But again, I couldn't use them because obviously I didn't have one. I don't remember. I think I may have kept Kadabra all the way through. And then in Gen 2 I used Hypno with the punches because that's when they had the Ice Punch, Fire Punch. I remember I had the elemental punches. So yeah, and I don't think I ever used like a Sam. We're gonna trade Best Proud. I think this is the most equal trade. A Buzzsprout for a BG. Maybe the level's a little bit off, but I think in terms of what the Pokemon entails, and it is, this is probably the best. Alright. So now what I do is, with FireRed, we go deposit everything, because everything's new. And I grab 6 PG. And then on LeafGreen, I got deposit 2 PGs that are gonna be garbage. And then I grab 2 more of the exclusives and send them over. Yep. Venusaur has to come over. Jolteon has to come over. Um, yep. Alright, so last trade of this session will be Whippy Bell for BG. And there we go. Nothing crazy here. Oh, I didn't mark I like a Sam on the tracker, so I like a Sam. Welcome to the team. 143. Good to have you. There we go. Okay, so we said that FireRed has to go and deposit pretty much everything. Let's deposit here. And then we have to withdraw. PGs. Okay. So FireRed is ready. And then LeafGreen, what we have to do is deposit these two. And we could place them there. And then we can grab one and two. Now we're ready for round two. So what we do here is trade. Trade everything. And then we keep going the same way. Alright, Gengar for PG. It looks like a fair trade to me. I'm thinking I might start. No, I don't want to do that. I want to have my name on it. Okay. Take good care again, guys. Let's go. Let's go. We take it. We take that. This gives us now column and PG. And so it's gonna be a lot of trading, guys. I mean, I'm trying to keep it as straightforward as I can. I know some people like to use the save managers that there are there, or you could just go to your save and then move the Pokemon there. It might be easier to set up the boxes and everything like that, but I'm trying to do it. Try to keep it as original as how the process was. I want to make sure that home doesn't flag him because of this wasn't a check mark or something in there. The only thing that I'm worried about is the bringing them from 3 to 4 is through the park, right? If I remember correctly, and then bringing them up, then you have the mini game. There's a pain, and then yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. We might spend some good time doing that stuff. So yeah. Champ. So I think this is the third one. And then we'll. Obviously, I think they made it so much better now in the new games where you access pretty much your box from anywhere, and you can move stuff really quick. But it'd be nice if you could just trade from your straight from your box, you know. Like you go to, I know like in the new games you could obviously put it in home and move them through home, and you could move the whole box. But yeah, I do feel like, and that's why I'm worried about playing the Gen 2 games like Crystal, because I know back then the boxes were smaller, and then when you were catching Pokemon, you had to be aware of how many on what box you were playing in, and then you had to switch it because if your box was full, you couldn't catch a Pokemon. So I'm hoping that. So that's what I'm. But at the same time, I feel like that will give me a reason to play every single game. Mm, maybe I do it. Maybe I'm trying to think. Honestly, I haven't decided. There's obviously perks and benefits to doing it one way, and then obviously the remakes made the game so much better. And I think, and then playing the Gen 4 games, the remakes allows me to bring Gen 2 Pokemon, so Johto Pokemon, into the Gen 4 games, and then I can bring the game Gen 3 Pokemon as well, and then I'll be able to simply complete that Pokédex later on, you know. But then that will force me to play Coliseum, and yes, it will force me to play Coliseum, which is a game I never played before. So maybe I give it a chance. I mean, I never played Coliseum, so I know it takes some time, and you gotta. So we'll see. We'll see, guys, what path I choose forward. But yeah, because Lugia is Coliseum Darkness, right? Whatever the game. So that I would have to play that game as well to get Lugia. So we're all done here. So um, we're all done here now. All we have to do is go on. So red deposits and picks out garbage. Wow. Leaf green also does the same pretty much. So leaf green just deposits it. Let me deposit. And then I can go here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all the version exclusives. Sorry. That completes the version exclusives. So what I did is I did the in-game trades here, obviously, and then I got a Dito for making the eggs easier because when they have different trainer IDs, it's faster. Alright, so that gets us leaf green ready. So we could come and now get FireRed ready. So we could deposit. Yeah, they could go in the first one. Doesn't matter. And now we want to withdraw coverage. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more. Yeah, I might need another 6 or so. I'm gonna deposit that. go. So I think we're both ready. So I think it's um, one more 6 Pokemon trade, and I think we're good to go. I do want to maybe use FireRed to be the place to train, since I already reached the Pokemon, the league, the second stage of the Elite Four, so it might be easier. So I might, yeah, but I haven't completed the game, obviously on LeafGreen, so I don't have access to the breeding. So I might have to do everything on FireRed anyways. But that's okay. Not too worried. And then, so I need gonna need the 3 squirrels, the 2 more Bulbasaurs, and the 2 fossils. Okay. So first trade done. Oh, oops, sorry. Alright, start you for PG. But the other interesting thing about Crystal, so Crystal has, they did a really good job on putting everything Crystal. So when it comes to Johto Pokemon, it's only missing 6 Pokemon, I believe. The Mareep line, the Psychic Giraffe, I forgot her name, and then that fish, Remoraid, I think it is. Please don't come after me for mispronouncing these names. And then Auxiliary, which is the evolution, right? And you could catch those on either gold or silver once you get to route 43, 44. So it's maybe a really early game on. I know that the, you had to fish for one of them, and it's a really low 1% encounter, but you could do the trick where they call you and then try to get a swarm, and then I think it goes to like 30% from there, so it makes it absolutely 10 times faster. So we might have, that's what I was thinking, and that's why we're thinking I could play Pokemon Yellow, because I get all the starters, I get Pikachu, and I could catch a lot of the Gen. I could catch a lot of the, and I think in Pikachu, that trick to catch Mew, it still works, even in the Virtual Console, and I could catch Mew, and that way I can complete the Pokédex on Crystal, right? The 251 in Crystal, and then I could bring those to home, and then they all would have the original Game Boy. Because they're coming from the Origins game. I think that might work. If I also want to do the Origins challenge, right? Or I could save that one for later once I complete this Living Dex. I jump into the Origins because a lot of them will be in the on their Origins game. I just gotta, I guess, when it comes to remakes, I gotta be careful, right? But I feel like these are the only remakes I really wanted to play. I feel like Red and Blue have not the graphic interface and the appeal of the game in terms of visuals do not transfer well to 2024, right? Um, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, I want to make this a fun challenge. I want to complete this, and this was part of my childhood and coming up, you know, playing Pokemon and trying to catch them all, and always, you know, being always buying the latest games. The only game that I have not played that is released, Arceus was one of them, and I never finished. I played it, but never finished Alola, the Alolan region. Everything else I have played and I have finished. Obviously not maybe to the extent that other people do it with catching everything, and I think I have not completed the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. But the idea is for me to get there and actually get to it. I'm just worried about, you know, missing out on some of the events that give out Pokemon for free, especially the newer ones where if you didn't get it then. Because some of these old ones, people have made a good effort to save, you know. Okay, one more round and then we're good. So let me withdraw this. So I could just go now and deposit. It's easy, for me, it's easier to just do this. And then I could just withdraw. And the thing with this, guys, is we'll call it a day. Yeah, well, at least for this stream, I mean, I like to do one later on with. I guess I could do the Bulbasaur. Oh, I need to do the. I need the Venusaur and I need the Jolteon. That's what I need to do also. Can't forget those guys. I'm gonna deposit everything. They could go anywhere technically. And then I wanna withdraw garbage Pokemon. I need. Let's see. Do I have duplicates? I should. So I know Paras for sure is a duplicate. Yes, this. So I could withdraw you. These are probably the mistakes I made while catching Geodude. Is Geodude a duplicate? Here, look at this. Alright, take one out. And then I'm gonna deposit that last one, Hitmonlee. And then we draw. Okay, we got two Rhyhorns, two Paras. Let's withdraw one. There we go. And that is what we call garbage. Hot garbage. Um, okay, so this is the last six that we do the trade. Then we could go back and restart for three squirrel. So I could send it over. Could still for a squirrel, so I could send it over. And then I also need Venusaur Jolteon. So technically it's one more trade. Dito. This is alright. Kabuto. Squirrel should be in. See, what I'm debating is whether or not I want to have 3 resets. So I have 3 different squirrels that get boosted training. I feel like it's gonna take me shorter to do 3 resets than it is going to be to get one, bring it over, get 2 eggs. Mm. Let me think about it. Because I had to get to the point where I could catch up another Pokemon. Because to trade, you need to have 2 Pokemons, right? Or can I trade with one? If I could trade with one, is once as soon as I get to Viridian City, I could trade. And I just do 3, 1, 2. I think that's doable. I honestly think that is easily doable. Okay. Well, I think I could do that, and I might be able to do that with Bulbasaur as well. Pick Bulbasaur and just bring 2 more. Yeah, but then they would have different. The trainer IDs then get kind of out of hand at the point. But they all will be Lucho, so. Hmm. I need to restart at least once. With Venusaur, I could just breed it and have another too. The squirrel does require a restart. Uh, I mean, I had to breed some anyway, so I might as well. I wonder if Flame Armor Overworld of reducing the steps requirement for X to half works in FireRed. I don't think so, but Jinx, welcome to the team. Now, do I want to get these with the trading ID? Who am I trading ID? That's the question. Okay. And now, what is next? Licky Tongue for the duo. There we go. But if I have, since I have the National Dex with the Gen 3 all the way to Gen 3 and FireRed, if I breed some of these, um, like a Magmar on them, do I get baby X or? I don't think I do. So I could, this in-game trade Pokemons, I might be able to just breed them to get them with my trainer ID. Alright. Yep. I think so. I think I could do that. And after these is Jolteon and Venusaur. And I believe that will be it. If obviously I remember this correctly, that will be all. I think everybody else it's already over. Oh, there's. Do I have a Pidgeotto? I need a Pidgeotto. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I have one because I could. I might need a Pidgeot without fly. Yeah, those are little things I'm gonna have to fix us. As I eventually would like to bring them to home. So, alrighty. I think we're done here. We're done here, and we could go out. So three more, sorry, and we're done with the trading. Okay. So in LeafGreen, all he's got to do is deposit, and we'll let's go all garbage. And then we have to withdraw. Let's go through this. Where are the? Okay. So Venusaur. Oh, maybe I want to take the experience share from here and put it over, bring it to FireRed, so I have two. Okay. So bunch of peaches. Bunch of peaches. Let's see. So I have a Pidgeotto at 29, but I know on the islands I could catch someone way heavier. So I think everything else here I have in Dog Trio. Yeah, it looks like everything else I have at. Okay. So move items. Sorry. Move items. No. Bag. And deposit. Deposit this guy. And then there we go. Throw my bag. Got some rare candies too. Give. Alright. And then should I give out the Master Ball? So I have another Master Ball just in case for. No, I leave it here. What does he have? Okay, that's alright. So we're already here. And then that means that FireRed, what he does is deposits everything I got. And I need just 2 repeats. Alright. So I have another right one here. That's a repeat. Execute, one there, one here. 2 I have executor. Yes. So those are actually both of them are repeats. So okay. With this, FireRed is ready. So with these two, I'll be at 143, which is the number I want to be at. And FireRed. So it should just put us on the. There we go. Venusaur. Let's go over. Now you're officially welcome to the club. And good. And then Jolteon. And with that, I think we should be done with the trading, so we could probably end this stream where we just traded everything from LeafGreen to FireRed. Um, good. Saving. Okay, we're gonna make sure we save. Nothing happens. Hopefully they don't get corrupted. Uh, trade. I gotta look at. I think I have one of my original, like 2010 and before saves for FireRed that I extracted a long time ago from my cartridge. I think I extracted it in order to save it because I was worried that, you know, the battery on the game dies and then a lot of that stuff will die with it. So, and I have a couple games there with 300-400 hours. Um, I used to try to breed for perfect IBs and full odds, right? And had a large amount of eggs, and yes, I used to do. Okay, so that way we are officially done with trading, at least from LeafGreen to FireRed. We do have to obviously do the restarts for the Squirtles, and then we're gonna have to move some stuff around, but I believe that shouldn't be too bad. And then breeding, hatching the eggs on Pokemon Red. Pokemon Red now, or Pokédex, should be at 143. Actually, it's at 142. Interesting. So is there somebody that that I didn't account for? So everything has been caught. What am I missing? I should be at 143. Oh, Tangela. I don't have one. Interesting. What did I mark it as caught? Did I catch it on... Did I catch it here? Interesting. Look at that. See? Uh, if I did, I'm gonna have to trade it. Um, Not there. Yeah, I didn't catch it here. Alright. We're gonna have to go then and catch it. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go back to here and said, oh, we made a mistake and Tangela has now been caught. So now my Pokédex should match our tracker, right? And then yes, we're gonna get the evolutions. Everything else has been caught. Okay, good. Good check. So, and then the reason why I have 143 is because on the National Dex we have the egg that we open, which is Togepi. I mean, we've seen some of them, but Togepi is the one egg that we caught. Okay, beautiful. So what we're gonna do then is, and then here, guys, again, thank you so much. I know today's stream was a little bit on the um, slow pace type because of the trading back and forth, but I guess it's good to see like everything that goes into doing this. So thank you very much again. You guys have a great one. Until the next one.